Even if you've never been to China, you can often spot a China home in seconds.
Look for 3 clues: the balcony lifestyle, the building skin, and the hardware living outside the walls.
Today, we'll speedrun how homes in China are shaped. Quick, practical, and surprisingly personal.
By the end, you'll remember 5 things. Recognize why, how they're built, where money goes, and iconic details.
Start with the signature. Giveaway 1. In China, balconies often work like an extra room. Drying clothes, storing things, growing plants, sometimes even enclosing the balcony to gain indoor space.
Once you notice it, you realize the balcony is not decoration. It's daily life on display.
That single feature alone can give a building a very recognizable, very Chinese rhythm.
Giveaway 2 is the building's skin. Many facades read tiled, paneled, and intensely practical. From older blocks to newer towers, the exterior often feels engineered first, decorative second.
It's not about being flashy. It's about surviving weather, time, and a lot of people. Think of it like a jacket, the same body underneath, but a skin chosen for the local conditions. Giveaway 3, the outside hardware. Air conditioners, pipes, grills, often visible and unapologetic. In many countries, buildings hide these systems. Here, you often see how the building breathes. Once you start looking for the hardware, it becomes a tell, like fingerprints on the skyline.
So that's recognition. Now, why do homes in China look like this? 3 forces: climate, risk, and daily life.
First, climate. China spans extremes: humid subtropical summers in the south, freezing winters in the north. Moisture is a constant story in many regions, so waterproofing and drainage quietly become design decisions.
You'll see small choices that chase comfort: balcony shade, cross breezes, and surfaces that can handle humidity.
Second, risk. Earthquakes in many areas, plus heavy rain and storms, reward structures that behave predictably.
That's one reason engineered reinforced concrete is so common in modern urban housing.
And where water is a threat, details like thresholds, canopies, and drainage routes become part of survival.
Daily routines shape layouts. Storage matters, flexible rooms matter, and the home must work hard every day. And in dense buildings, maintenance is social. A leak isn't just your problem. It can become your neighbor's.
So China isn't one style. It's many regions, linked by repeating logic. Now let's speedrun how it's built.
In cities, most people don't build a house from scratch. They buy into a building developed at scale.
That's why you see complete compounds, towers, courtyards, parking, and shared spaces designed as one neighborhood.
For taller buildings, foundation choices are serious, because everything above depends on that first layer.
This is the skeleton that handles wind and earthquakes, predictable, strong, and scalable across dense cities.
Then the envelope: windows, ceiling, waterproof layers, and wall systems tuned to heat, cold, and humidity.
You might not see these layers from the street, but they decide comfort, energy use, and long-term repairs.
Roofs on high-rises are usually flat and functional. Drainage, waterproofing, and sometimes equipment up top.
But in lower-rise areas, you'll still find pitched roofs and tiled edges that echo older regional traditions.
Plumbing, electrical, ventilation, bathrooms, kitchens, this fit-out stage turns structure into daily comfort.
Imagine Wei and Lin opening that door and thinking, how do we make this box survive humidity, drafts, and cooking?
They start with comfort basics: sealing windows, controlling moisture, and choosing surfaces that don't fight the climate.
Then they protect the weak points, especially bathrooms, because waterproofing is not a luxury in dense buildings.
And they invest in ventilation, because in real life,
A kitchen isn't just a room, it's an engine.
Zoom back out and you see the pattern. Engineered buildings, personalized interiors, and lived-in balconies that broadcast routine.
Next, kitchens and bathrooms. They're expensive everywhere, but here they are critical because leaks travel through buildings. Then windows and ceiling, especially where summers are brutal or winters bite. Comfort is a budget line.
Invisible quality is another cost driver. Waterproofing, drainage, and electrical safety. Boring now, priceless later.
And finally, storage. In high-density living, smart space costs real money and saves sanity every day. When you customize a shell, the real challenge is not taste. It's sequencing, budget, and avoiding expensive mistakes.
In humid regions, moisture control becomes a hidden cost. Dehumidification, sealing, and finishes that resist mold.
Along typhoon-prone coasts, windows and seals are not cosmetic. They're protection against wind-driven rain.
High-rise life also spends money outside your unit. Elevators, corridors, parking, and the infrastructure that makes density work.
Bathrooms are a budget hotspot because they demand layers. Waterproofing, slopes, drains, and careful workmanship.
Kitchens are another hotspot. Cabinets, countertops, strong ventilation, and durable surfaces that handle oil, heat, and cleaning.
In apartment buildings, sound control matters. Quiet floors and better doors cost more, but they change daily comfort.
Electrical upgrades are another invisible spend. Safer circuits, better outlets, and cleaner routing that prevents future failures.
That's why you often see balconies enclosed. It adds usable space, helps comfort, and protects against rain and dust. Whether traditional or modern, the pattern repeats. Homes respond to climate, risk, and the reality of living close together. Iconic 2. Exterior AC units. Once you notice them, they're everywhere, like modern lanterns on concrete.
Iconic 4. The practical skin. Tile or panel facades that prioritize weather resistance and maintenance.
Now, a quick recall test, no cheating. First, how do you recognize a China home?
Next episode, we'll jump to another country and see a completely different logic. Tell me which one you want.